All right, we got a lot to cover this morning. Let us start out with this wonderful graphic by Mike's weather page, Tropical Update, which gives us all the great models we use here on THORnews all the time. Here's what we're basically looking at. The GFS says nothing. The Euro says nothing. The Icon says, hey, we got 2 hurricanes to deal with. The UK Met says, hey, we got 1 borderline tropical storm and 1 depression. Access says 1, and CMC says a tropical storm into a hurricane. And so it seems like the models are either showing a situation where we are going to be dealing with 2 storms, being a hurricane and tropical storm, and that the GFS and the Euro have said nothing. Now everybody calls the Euro the King Euro, and the GFS totally swung and missed on the hurricane that hit Texas and was not that great on a hurricane that hit North Carolina. So we are going to continue to have to track this, watch this over the next week or 2, as this would be making impacts in about 7 days, give or take. So, I am here for you. Cranky Weather Guy is talking about dead broad steering currents await our southern disturbance. Red is max objective footprint and envelope. Yellow is hashtag tighter theory, a favored tracking line as of current moment in time. There's a lot of spread downstream from present range. And so for our second disturbance, I believe, it gives us this is the first one. It gives us anywhere from Mexico to Louisiana. He sees as where it may or may not end up. And if I had to take a guess of his opinion in a nutshell, he believes they will be cranky weather guy tropical storms, which in modern opinion is an NHC hurricane category 1. So anywhere from a category 1 hurricane to a depression would be what he thinks they're going to be. Though technically, I guess I'm not allowed to say exactly what he thinks they're going to be or whatever. Yes, that was the underlying one, and this would be the second one that is behind it. Cranky Weather Guy, dead broad steering currents await our second disturbance. Red is the max objective footprint envelope. Yellow hashtag tighter theory, and a favored tracking line as of the current moment. There's a lot of spread downstream from present range, and that would take it anywhere from Florida and the possibility of it actually taking it over to like Houston. And so we definitely have 2 storms we are tracking. We'll be tracking, and I'll be giving you the best THORnews comprehensive coverage that I can. The energy has been so up and down, like, I don't know, last night from about 8 p.m. to 5 in the morning, I felt like I was going to die and was being zapped by, like, horrible death rays. I made it, though, baby. Here I am. All right, shit is on fire, yo. It seems like we're watching the whole world fall apart in front of our eyes. Hannah Betaha. Maybe she's so hot she set the fires. Oh, crap, we can't say shit like that in the modern age. I better get my mind out of the gutter. Although thinking a woman is beautiful doesn't really mean guttural thought. Whatever. Firefighters say this is expected to burn all day in Grand Prairie, which is Texas. There's also a concern of a nearby lumber yard. They've been having a plastic plant melt and burn all day. It's expected to burn all day, and it's expected to burn through tomorrow because it's a bunch of plastic on fire. And this is just a weird freak fire here in Texas. Apparently it was brought on by downed power lines. As of last night, there were 155 fires burning in California and on the west, including Colorado, Idaho, Nevada. They were having some pretty major evacuations for Vacayville, which is a town of about 100,000 in California. And we saw a bunch of fires just totally light up the board last night, all around the same time. William Churchill, concerning view via goes west overnight with a shortwave infrared imagery revealing numerous ongoing fires over Northern California. So, and if you'll notice, a lot of them are along this little vantage point. Now, I got to warn you, what we're about to see is some super duper top level THORnews information. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm talking code. Volcanoes. All right. Mount Sinabung, the volcano in North Sumatra, Indonesia, is erupting again. And Indonesia's where we had a 6.8 and a 6.9 earthquakes back to back, pretty much on the same day. And so are volcanoes and earthquakes connected? Absolutely, dude. Some say hell has moved south of the Arctic Circle. A huge burning wildfire is located in Siberia. Well, technically, there's a little bit of hell all over Earth in 2020, it would appear, which is why I keep asking everyone to play defense. It'll get better around March 2021. So buckle up, baby. And prepare for the long haul, and we're going to party in 2022. But it's definitely going to be super sketchy and dangerous from now until then. This was last night's model runs, the collective ones. And one had it going into around Alabama, Mississippi for the first one. And then the other one would have it going into Miami. But there are some people that believe that Miami is like Hawaii and no hurricanes are allowed to hit it. I don't know if that is true. Definitely pray for it, but some of the models have shown up some pretty nasty hurricane strengths. So people need to be prepared either way. Prepare for the worst and pray for the best, baby. But I would definitely say it's a commanders in crisis kind of a moment. Here we go. What was I talking about? I was talking about volcanoes, which not a lot of people talk about, really. There are a bunch of major fires in British Columbia, as well as the fires are ripping up and down the volcano lines and ranges and stuff. All right, so this is the wildfires as seen from space. And here are the earthquakes. So did the earthquakes cause the wildfires? Maybe. Maybe. Asterisk. Anyway, unrelated to anything, I've had it on a 95% chance of a major volcano eruption or earthquake eruption on the west coast of the United States. Technically, we've hit the earthquake part of it a couple times. But I'm just saying, I don't know, all the fires started at the same time, and things are weird, man. I'm not sure our government's always going to tell us everything that is happening, especially if it would really screw up real estate prices. We had a 4.6 earthquake in Willits, California yesterday, as the earth is a rockin'. So yeah, we've definitely been on earthquake alert with all the gas giants on the same side. Ireland is about to get punched in the dork with a sting jet. These are rare and very dangerous meteorological conditions, says Matthew Capucci. His name makes him sound like a cross between a gangster and a coffee. So buckle up, UK and Ireland. You're in for it. Hurricane Genevieve is starting to weaken, but she'll bring some shaky conditions to Baja, Mexico, and we will keep our eye on this. But it is a bona fide nasty hurricane at the moment. Speaking of volcanoes in the west coast of the Americas, especially the upper north part, in Guatemala, you have the Volcano de Fuego, which is the volcano of fire. Had a pretty decent eruption of lava. Remember, this is one of the volcanoes that spews out the pyroclastic gray lava mud that's like 1,500 degree temperatures. It almost looks like a mushroom cloud. So yeah, dude, the entire America's Ring of Fire is ringing like a bell, bro. And so we are definitely on volcano and earthquake high alert through 2020, as Saturn and Jupiter are going to conjunct with Pluto right behind them. Is Pluto a neutron star? I don't know, man. Everything's so weird. Do they always tell us everything? No. I had a good conversation with my mom on the phone today. She said, how about you? Do you have a special woman in your life? I said, no, Mom, I do not. Although my mom was happy and healthy. So that's good news. Was it talking about single file line, no cutting, ladies? Social distance for at least 600 miles. So yeah, we do now have a third area on the board, and technically the wave that is rolling off of Africa is a giant Godzilla mega-sized monster beast that will absolutely have to be watched because it is just giant, and if it were to make its way to the American shores, it would cause a lot of damage. Yeah, dude, the fires in the coast have just been pretty amazing and destructive ways. So I hope everybody is doing what they can. Stay cool, be cool, keep everybody safe. We got hurricanes, wildfires, volcanoes, earthquakes, random fires, American civil wars of the cold fashion, and things just getting crazier and wilder all across the board. Remember, models do suggest that future Storm Laura could become a possible even major hurricane. We will see. It does seem like the atmospheric defense team / Prayer Warriors / Astro Fight Club are doing what they can to kick hurricane asses. So that is always great, super duper wonderful news. We will definitely have to stay tuned. And we watched the hurricane that hit Texas and North Carolina. Models didn't think they were going to be hurricane, but at the very last second, they popped to be Hurricane 1, Category 1s. So I expect we'll see something like that. Hopefully we won't see any major hurricanes, but as Planetary Defense Commander, it is best I tell you to prepare for a major hurricane and then just pray it doesn't happen. Brooks is reminding all Coloradians that, hey man, you're at peak wildfire danger in Colorado. So stay cool and cold, Colorado, if you can. So whether they just be depressions or blobs or hurricanes, the models are suggesting that those areas we were watching, the first two, are definitely headed the way of land. Although the second one could curve out to sea, that is not what we should be preparing for. All right. As Cranky points out, we're going to be having some hurricanes or storms or just disturbances that are definitely going to try to slip under the giant high system. So we will watch it like hawks, because it'll be here in about a week. Philip Pappin is always yapping. Cool weather stuff. He's talking about the same two storms. He's got a full blog discussion if you want to check it out. But both are worth watching closely for anyone along the Gulf Coast from Texas to Florida. And so this one is probably headed into the Gulf. How strong it'll be, nobody knows. And this one could affect Florida, or it could also slip into the Gulf as well. Although remember, the more it stays over the islands, the less it can develop. So, I love you. And we've had our, I believe, 6th new sunspot since the very end of July. So the sun's definitely waking up, and we've been getting some B-class and C-class flares, but no sign of an X-class flare. Because technically, I think that's when my girlfriend is supposed to show up, is when we get an X-class flare. But that may just be some dumb theory I have to help me keep going and working hard and keep me sane. So if it is a delusion, try not to remind me. Thank you. You got another volcano be popping in Japan. Man, volcanoes are lit all over. Because with gas giants on the same side, sun active, that's how it goes. If you like pina coladas. All right, I'm wrapping this one up. I love you. Stay cool. And stay out of the fire, and let's get ready for hurricane season. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I do the very best I can, and hopefully you will do the same. God bless everyone. I love you, Astro Fight Club. Stay cool.